This is the Church of St. Paul in the Desert.
I was lucky to be born into a family who practiced their strong faith and lived by it. I witnessed their actions in church and in the community. God's grace endowed me with those strengths and conviction. It was tested many times. One of those times took place in Oregon where I was teaching. A parent of an older gay son visited me in my elementary classroom. Her dismay at the high school's reluctance to listen to bullying reports, other gay issues, and 3 suicides by possibly gay students led me to join PFLAG, and that is, if you don't know, Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. And by that, I assisted parents, and then eventually, I took the strength to speak before the school board to plea for the necessity of having a comprehensive, opt-out, inclusionary sex education curriculum for the high school. One board member thanked me for my time. For many teachers, that time was like an inquisition.
As most of you know, I'm Jewish. I attended Sunday school for about 6 years with a perfect attendance record. I had my bar mitzvah at age 13 and I was confirmed at 14. I was married to a Jewish girl by a rabbi in 1954. We used to attend Friday evening Sabbath services regularly. In all those years, I never felt comfortable in the synagogue, so in 1970, after an unpleasant incident in the synagogue, we dropped out and never set foot in a house of worship again until we attended our oldest grandson's bar mitzvah in 1984 and our second grandson's bar mitzvah in 1988. In 2002, my whole world turned upside down when Francine, my wife of 49 years, died. And then through the grace of God, I met Suzanne 4 days after Francine's funeral. Shortly after we started seeing each other, she invited me to a foyer group lunch. The hosts were very cordial and made me feel like I really belonged. A short time later, Suzanne wanted me to come to church for a program the choir was doing. We arrived early, and I was sitting in a pew when I felt a hand on my shoulder, and Father Andrew welcomed me to the church.
I'm so grateful to be at the Church of St. Paul in the Desert. I knew the feeling of peace the moment I walked in the door. I found my niche in many areas. Singing in the choir is and has been a family custom and my mission. It includes harvest. We prepare music for folders. We assist for various events where we meet friends, welcome visitors, and watch the generosity of spirit and abundance.
When Suzanne and I decided to get married in December of 2003, I insisted that it would be in the Church of St. Paul in the Desert. About a year later, it was suggested that since I arrive at church early every week, because Suzanne is in the choir, that I become a greeter. So since then, every Sunday and some holidays, I greet my church family at 10:30 service. This past October, I asked Father Andrew if he could do a special blessing for my late wife's yahrzeit, which is an anniversary of the death of a loved one. He came up with a beautiful blessing, and I'm sure it wasn't in his book. Where else but at St. Paul in the Desert would you find a church and congregation like we are so fortunate to have right here?